A guide to domain names and patents. Everything you need to know about domain names. We will discuss the following key points of domain names. What is a domain name? How domain name works. Different types of domain names. Who is responsible for the domain name system? How to choose a domain name. And how to buy a domain name. What is a domain name? Domain names is the address of your website that people type in the browser URL bar to visit your website. It is a unique name that identifies a website. And in simple terms, if your website was a house, then your domain name will be its address. How domain name works. When you enter a domain name in your web browser, it first sends a request to a global network of servers that form the domain name system, DNS. These name servers are computers managed by your hosting company. Your hosting company will forward your request to the computer where your website is stored. This computer is called a web server. It has special software installed. Apache, Jinx are two popular web server software. The web server now fetches the web page and pieces of information associated with it. Finally, it then sends this data back to the browser. Different types of domains. Domain names are available in many different extensions. The most popular one is .com. There are many other options like .org, .net, .tv, .info, .io, and more. However, we always recommend using .com domain extension. Top-level domain (TLD). Top-level domain or TLD are generic domain extensions that are listed at the highest level in the domain name system. There are hundreds of TLDs, but the most popular ones are .com, .org, and .net. Other TLDs are lesser known, and we don't recommend using them. For example, .biz, .club, .info, .agency, and many more. Country Code Top-Level Domain, CCTLD. Country Code Top-Level Domain or CCTLD are country-specific domain names which end with country code extension like .ca for the Canada, .da for Germany, and .uk for United Kingdom. They are used by websites that want to target audiences in a specific country. Sponsored Top-Level Domain, STLD. Sponsored top-level domain is a category of TLDs that has a sponsor representing a specific community served by the domain extension. For example, .edu for education-related organizations, .gov for the United States government, .mil for the United States military, and more. Here is an example of the anatomy of a web address. Who is responsible for domain names? Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, ICANN, manages the domain name system. It is a non-profit organization that creates and implements the policies for domain names. ICANN gives permission to companies called domain name registrars for selling domain names. These domain registrars are allowed to make changes to domain names registry on your behalf. Accredited domain registrars. Accredited registrars that you can register .ca domains includes the Canadian Internet Registration Authority, Internic.ca, ICANN. How to choose a domain name. Here are some quick tips to help you choose a domain name for your next website. Stick with a .com domain name as it is the most popular, easy to remember, and easy promote. Make sure it is shorter and easy to remember. Make it easy to pronounce and spell. Do not use numbers or hyphens. Use domain name generators to come up with clever domain name ideas. How to buy a domain names. You can buy domain names from one of the many domain name registrars. Some popular domain name companies are Domain.com, Network Solutions, and GoDaddy. And now we are going to discuss about patents. What is a patent? What can you patent? Patent requirements. And when to apply for patents. What is a patent? A patent is the granting of a property right by a sovereign authority to an inventor. This grant provides the inventor exclusive rights to the patented process, design, or invention for a designated period in exchange for a comprehensive disclosure of the invention. What can you patent? 3 basic criteria for patentability. Number 1. Novelty. Novelty is the newness of the information that is generally unused or unknown, and that gives its owner a competitive advantage in a business field. It is considered as the sweet spot to assess the patentability of an invention. Number 2. Utility. Is a patent that covers the creation of a new or improved and useful product, process, or machine. A utility patent, also known as a patent for invention, prohibits other individuals or companies from making, using, or selling the invention without authorization. And number 3. Inventiveness. To be patentable, your invention must be a new development or an improvement of an existing technology that would not have been obvious to someone working in your area of specialty. To granted a patent, your invention can be a product, a door lock; a composition, a chemical composition used in lubricants for door locks; a machine for making door locks; a process, a method for making door lock; an improvement on any of these. When to apply for a patent. In Canada, patents are granted to the first inventor to file an application, so it is smart to file as soon as possible after you complete your invention in case someone else is on a similar track. Even if you can prove that you were the first to think of the invention, you lose the race if a competing inventor files before you do. However, filing while you are still developing your invention may mean missing important features from the patent application. You may then have to reapply, adding to your expenses and risking possible patent disputes. Again, it is very important not to advertise or disclose information about your invention before you are ready to file for a patent. Public disclosure of your invention before filing for a patent may make it impossible to obtain a valid patent and jeopardize the possibility of you receiving similar rights in other countries.